Are you a huge Kendrick Lamar fan? Stick around until the end to see if we can surprise you with something you didn't already know. This is the top 10 most interesting facts about Kendrick Lamar. Number 10. He was 16 when he recorded his first mixtape. YNIC is the first mixtape title known to the public when it comes to Kendrick's story. A mixtape he released at just 16 years old under the moniker K. He would go on to drop this moniker when he wanted people to relate to him more and see him as more of another person than a performer. Hence his choice to stick with his government name. This early mixtape came right after he finally started receiving the attention he deserved from Top Dog Entertainment, a local Californian record label that Kendrick has now since moved on from. Number 9. His cousin plays for the NBA. Nick Young, also known lovingly as Swaggy P, is an NBA star. He's played for the Washington Wizards, LA Clippers, Philadelphia 76ers, LA Lakers, Golden State Warriors, and the Denver Nuggets. Nick hasn't retired, though he isn't playing in the NBA. Now he's playing in the Enemies, a Big Three team. Why do we bring all this up in a video about Kendrick Lamar? Well, because they're cousins! According to Nick, they didn't really grow up together, and before now there wasn't much of a personal relationship there, but they are indeed related by blood. Number 8. Don Cheadle and Kendrick Lamar go way back. Actor-director Don Cheadle and Kendrick Lamar are not only creative partners, but friends outside of the public eye as well. They both are huge fans of each other's work and come together to collaborate when the stars align. Kendrick Lamar's alter ego, Kung Fu Kenny, is the main character of his Damn record, which is an alter ego entirely based off Don Cheadle's character in the film Rush Hour 2. One song off the album, DNA, actually features Cheadle in the music video as a cop interrogating Kung Fu Kenny, an idea that was presented to Cheadle just 2 days before the shoot. The video was already crazy, but it's insane knowing it all got done in just 2 days. Number 7. Kendrick Lamar is not a fan of healthy cereal. This one might be familiar to dedicated fans. Kendrick's disdain for any cereal that attempts to be healthy, and his love for the sugary ones. In one interview, he even jokes that if you led him down the grocery store aisle with things like Raisin Bran or Wheaties, he's liable to punch you in the face, even if you're his cousin. In another interview, he goes even deeper into his weird cereal habits, admitting that he prefers Fruity Pebbles soggy. He even goes as far as pouring the cereal in the bowl and leaving it on the table to wait for it to get soggy, something that most cereal lovers consider a heinous crime. Still, the best moment we've had with Kendrick talking about cereal is on his unreleased but still discoverable track, Cartoons and Cereal. Number 6. Kendrick Lamar and Halloween. While we aren't sure if Kendrick has some particular love for Halloween as a holiday, we also get something Kendrick related to talk about around the spooky season. Kendrick is a Christian and once turned heads because he dressed up as Jesus for Halloween back in 2014. Despite the controversy, we think the costume looks great. Kendrick also featured on K104 and performed a Halloween-themed freestyle hilariously titled Kend Trick or Treat. Enjoying the video so far? Consider leaving a like and subscribing, and also let us know your favorite facts about Kendrick Lamar in the comments below. Moving on to number 5. Kendrick Lamar was the first non-classical or jazz artist to win a Pulitzer Prize for music. Despite the fact that up until 2017, the Pulitzer Prize for Music had only gone out to classical and jazz artists, Kendrick Lamar made history by receiving that very same reward for a hip-hop record, his LP, Damn. Matthew Trammell, a journalist from Pitchfork, had this to say about Kendrick's success from his album. Storytelling has been Lamar's greatest skill and most primary mission. To put into lots of words what it's like to grow up as he did, to articulate in human terms the intimate specifics of daily self-defense from your surroundings. Somehow, he's gotten better. While Pitchfork isn't always the most reasonable place when it comes to the hip-hop community, I think we can all agree with Matthew on this one. Number 4. Humble is his highest charting single ever. Speaking of Kendrick's 2017 record, Damn, did you know that its lead single, Humble, is Kendrick's highest charting single to date? In fact, it debuted all the way at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This was the highest debut of a single in hip-hop history since Eminem's Not Afraid all the way back in 2010. The only time Kendrick has climbed higher than that number 2 spot is when Taylor Swift dropped one of the most interesting collab records the mainstream would hear for a long time. The Bad Blood remix, featuring Kung Fu Kenny himself. While Kendrick, of course, has a massive dedicated fan base that streams his entire catalog, if you find yourself hearing a Kendrick track in the wild, it's most likely going to be Humble. Number 3. Kendrick had a stutter growing up. A surprisingly common story amongst musicians, voice actors, and other occupations relying on language is a story of someone having problems with speech or language processing, and overcoming it through the passion they have for their art. Kendrick Lamar is no exception to this, himself being a fine-tuned and articulate rapper despite dealing with a stutter as a child. He said it used to frustrate him when trying to express his thoughts, and he would often not express his thoughts at all, because he could never get his words out correctly. But getting his feelings out through writing, and then turning that writing into music, helped him better articulate himself. Number 2. Dr. Dre and Kendrick Lamar went to the same high school. That's right, the two legendary recording artists went to the exact same high school. Well, not at the same time. The age difference between the two would make that almost impossible, but they did go at different points. Centennial High School was the name of the place where Dr. Dre originally went before being transferred due to bad grades. Kendrick, on the other hand, ended up being a straight-A student, and even brought some of his friends from Centennial all the way to the Grammys. It's interesting seeing an act that not only was inspired by the legends before him, but even walked down the exact same path as those legends, metaphorically and literally. And finally, we have number 1. Kendrick Lamar was on the set for California Love. Speaking of walking the same path as the legends before him, Kendrick Lamar had his life intertwined with the people that would change it long before he even knew that. When he was just a kid, the music video to Tupac's classic California Love was shot right near Kendrick Lamar's house. He got to be an extra on the set, and even if he didn't get to be in the video itself or have too many close interactions with the stars, he has said that the situation was surreal and certainly played a part in making him who he is today. And that is going to wrap up our top 10 list. Let us know in the comments below if there are any interesting facts about King Kenny we may have missed, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.